Might as well get approach, runway 24, contact the tower at 60 and me at 3000.
Alpha Bravo from 207.
13 miles. Fox 1.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, sweet.
Okay. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm terribly sorry for the disconnect. It was due to a crash of DCS, and I needed to restart everything. It happens quite often, and I don't know why. OBS, DCS, TechView, one of these applications doesn't like the other ones. So, but I'm back with a delay of 10 minutes and we are good to start. What I have prepared for you today is a replay match. And this is as you see on top of the screen, 104th versus Mumblerines. A match was played about a week ago, and we haven't covered it. So I thought you may be interested in watching this with me, just because I had also for sure no opportunities to see it, as it was not broadcasted or streamed live. This way, I'm doing this as a replay, so it is not live. Please bear with me. It's not no live session. It is just a replay, and that is what we're gonna watch together today. I paused the scene just as the teams are on the runway and are ready to take off at any moment, and it will go right away. As you see, you're watching Mumblerines taking off. Yeah. And we will have a look at who is here in the match today in Mumblerines' team, taking off from the red airfield in Sanaki Kolki. Today, flying for Mumblerines, Sakrix, Mouse, Scott Orubu, and Beef, all in F-18 and F-16. So we have two F-18s today and two F-16s. This is round one, and this is best of 3. So and you're pretty much familiar with the rules and regulations of ACWS. If not, write in the chat and ask the questions, and I will explain to you. Let's move to the blue side and see who is flying for 104th today. We are having West, Maverick, Stooge, and Pyromaniac on the blue side, all in F-16. Viper, as we're used to see these guys flying F-16, and as we probably here recognize, the red is faster entering the bubble. So these guys are mostly burning, while 104th probably is not. Happy that the skins are working. So red is in that moment in the bubble, while blue is still behind. It is pretty much let's say normal or standard for 104th, not rushing into the combat zone and saving a little bit of fuel and burn whenever they need to fire any missiles. So this is the strategy. And we have pretty much walls on the red side, while more clear on the blue side is the wall to be seen here. Sakrik is a bit lower than the other guys who are like beef up in kind of 39,000 something, and is still gaining altitude. Now he's over 40 angels. And here on the other side, we have everyone around 28, 29,000 feet. So a bit lower than the red side. Here, the red side Sacrix with the F-18 is the lowest guy. So let's take a look at the armaments. So what we see here is we have 4 Fox 3 missiles, as the rule says, and then no Sparrows, but we have 4 IR missiles. For the other F-18, we have 2 Sparrows, 2 Sidewinders, and 4 Fox 3. So different armament setup for the F-18s on Mumblerines side, and for the F-16s we have the, let's say, kind of standard forced let's say armament, which is 4 Fox 3s and 2 IRs. You're not allowed to take more than 4 Fox 3s with you. And beef also has here, as you see, same stuff. For the 104th, we should pretty much be able to see the same for the all F-16. So this is pretty much standard, as you see here. Everyone has 4 Fox 3s and 2 IRs, so it is pretty much standard. So teams are very close to each other. Now we have the closest distance of 20 nautical miles between beef and 104th. Stooge, and Stooge is a little bit higher in altitude. Maybe with the one. Okay. He fires first, and we see the target. I have activated the labels, so you may be able to see the target in very, very far distance, I hope. Which was beef, and he is pretty safe because he's old now and the missile is out of juice. Here we have a double shot from Scout on Stooge and Pyromania. Keep these guys busy and help themselves reform. While West and Mouse are pretty much busy up there, so we stay with West on Mouse. You can see Mouse up there over the hills, if you can see the dot. Here we go. Here's Mouse defending, and he should be pretty much safe here. Yeah, he is. So no casualties so far. 104th is on their side of battlefield, while Mumblers are further ingressed with here, Mouse with 120 on Maverick. Let's see what Maverick doing with that. Is the notches working or not? Is he notching it? Yes. Well done, Maverick. Very nice one. And then in between, we lost the red aggressor. Oh, Beef is also down. So 2 reds down. And now here, Scout is in a quite bad situation. Even though he is on the enemy's trail, but he has also someone behind him on his 6, which is Stooge. So if Scout now fired the missile, if he does the job here and killed Pyromaniac, then maybe something's gonna change on this side, and he needs now to just get rid of Stooge, but Stooge is having his 6 firing this one, this 120 on him, and hit him from the back, and up there the job was already done by West and Maverick. So pretty much quick. Yeah, the replay is from 31st of August. Dear Lucas, welcome. And I thought it would be good if we could bring it again, or at all, just because I believe that it's a good match and very nice one. 2 good teams flying here, and yeah. So what I can't see is why the colors are a little bit weird here. Let me check the filters if I have any. Yeah, I have chroma key here, and I don't need chroma key, so let's delete it. Yeah, now I have the colors right. So you see the right colors. I don't know why I had a chroma key here on this screen. So good. Let's do something, and while this guy is going back to land, we can watch attack views, because we missed some of the scenes here of the round 1, and I'm not quick in updating the match results, just because we're not sure that these guys are able to go back and land, even though there are 3 left and the round was quite quick. What we can do is, as I said, watch attack view. So let me run it and share the attack view with you. So let's go over. Okay. And here, as you see, this is the starting point. Teams were getting into the bubble. Mumblerines were quicker. And then here at this stage, the first missiles were flying. Okay, let it run. Okay. I don't know why I can't do attack views here. It's quite weird. Just a second. Tag view screen. Now, okay, my setup is having an issue. Okay, good. Now, just let rewind and start again. So here. Oh. Okay, 3 times of the speed, so back to normal speed. These are scenes we watched. We just missed the 2 kills. Here, Scout forced Stooge to a defensive position by getting behind him. And here Stooge and Pyromaniac go for a grinder. Well done here. Wild Beef and Scout are building a kind of threat cullis here and make sure that the grinder's not happening. Both guys for the same target here, and let Stooge get back easily as he had no RWR nails or anything. And then Stooge shot Beef down here, I believe. Yeah. That was a mistake that both of them went for the same one. Stooge had no RWR warnings or nails or anything. So thought, okay, I'm free doing that. And Pyromaniac did a good job dodging those missiles. And up there here, it was a close missile exchange between Mouse and Maverick, I believe. Yeah. And the successful one was Maverick. Dive deeper, has had higher altitude, which Mouse didn't have. West disregards here. Go back to south. And this is exactly what you saw. And up there, Sacrix were heading. And all of a sudden, went to the ground. For what reason? I have no idea why Sacrix went to the ground here. So sad. Good. Let's watch 104th landing. They are very close to the airfield. And we have Maverick and West coming in double pack. Going from overhead. Maverick gonna go first, I believe, followed by West and Stooge. Maverick makes the land safely. The round is secure. Okay. Needs to come to full stop. Yeah, this is, and for your info, this is round 1 of 3. And the other guys. Here, Stooge has landed. As the third guy. And with that, the result of the first round is secured. This is the best of 3. So, best case, we see 3 rounds tonight. Let's have a short break. I need to change the track and then come back and show you the second round. So grab something to drink and eat, and we're gonna start a couple of minutes. Be back in a jiff.
Affirmative, Top Gun 556, fly heading 040, maintain 16,000, report field in sight. Bandit 02, follow the 14, cleared for visual overhead approach, runway 24, contact the tower at 60 and me at 3000.
Okie doke. We're back with the round 2, and you were watching Major Pyromaniac in his cockpit, followed by the rest of 104th Phoenix, taking off from Tbilisi. In a four-ship flight. Everyone has 3 tanks. They prepare for a longer fight this time, for sure. And on the other side, Mumblerines on the fort here on this side. We watched them fly, yeah, and then we need to check on the other side actually. So here we have probably got rid of the center tank, I assume, very quickly. F-18 has only center tank with herself. Mouse has probably still have some fuel in a center tank, or just gonna drop it when he thinks of it. And I'm wondering why I don't have these guys skins. I can see that beef skins is showing, and I'm pretty much sure that I have the skin, so probably there's a change and I didn't get the update. So if you guys hear me and you have an update on your skins, make sure to send it to me. That would be really great. So we have a change here of airframe. Sacrix, Mouse, and Beef are flying F-16, and it's only a Scout. Arubu is flying F-18, so they changed or exchanged F-18 for F-16 this time, and now they enter the bubble while the 104th is still trying to get into that. So as I said, best of 3, and this is the second round. So if Mumblerines wants to win, they need to secure the second round. In that case, we're gonna see a third one. If not, and 104th win this round, that's gonna be over. 2 rounds after another till 0, and then we will see a third round. Hopefully you see one third round. It's going to be more exciting. So again, Mumblerines is higher, is faster. 104 is lower, less fast. There's a Beef at 38,000 and still climbing. Pretty much curious to see the badge here. Oh, this is one from the DCS World event. Badge. And on the other side they have Mumblerines. Okay. So again, Sacrix is the lower guy, flying lower, not burning anymore, losing altitude. He's probably not willing to shoot any missiles in the first round, and probably either Scout or Doom. Yeah, Beef the Doomslayer is the one who fires the first missile of the round and then drop altitude quickly to be on the safe side. A missile get out of rail from knots, which is in the match for who? West. Yeah, exactly. West is out, knots is in. So we have a pilot replacement here. They probably want to give other people the chance to experience a ACWS match today. These 120s are not going anywhere usually, and Mouse and the Stooge exchange also missiles here, and I think it is no problem for either side to dodge those missiles, even pull it into the ground by Stooge. Same here between Pyromaniac and Sacrix. He is already flying in a kind of notch position, and this missile is gonna be no threat, no real threat. Okay, Beef is on knots. Nose up, probably going for a missile. Yep. And then down there we see the dot over the second row of hills. This is the knots. Who has already also fired a missile on Beef. Beef is finding shelter behind Scout Arubu. Going for the grinder with them. Maverick and Scout changing missiles. Everyone is cold here, so, and up there we lost one, Mumblerines. We're gonna see how it happened once we watch the TAC view. Mouse is doing the right thing, is joining the two blue guys down here, so get their support. Scout rushes to hold his back while Beef is busy, still busy with Knots. And Knots is pulling one missile after the other into the ground. See if Beef managing to notch this missile. Yes. Turning back. Oh, again, we lost one blue here. So Beef is the last guy. 1 versus 4. Very difficult. One is on the other side of the hill, passing him. Someone is behind him. Here, Maverick. And Stooge is flying right into his face, firing 120. And now Beef needs to turn back where Maverick is and face Maverick. Here's Maverick flying high and firing one on him. And get shot down by Beef's missile. So traded here at this scene. 3 again, going back and land. and I believe that they can do it, but we need to wait and see if they have enough fuel to go back and land in order to secure the win. While they're doing this, I would like to share the tag view with you guys. So let's watch it from the beginning. As we just saw, Beef and Knots fire the first missiles of the round, followed by a scout. These guys were the higher ones, had more energy, so fired missile. For me, the one from the scout was a little bit too far. These ones were okay, and Knots and Beef were busy with each other all the time. And after Sacrex and Mouse were facing Pyromaniac and Stooge. The first missiles were no big threats, and then they get closer to each other. And here Sacrex was a little bit too confident, I believe. Didn't do a serpentine. It was also not the right angle to notch, and missile was slow but sat. And then Mouse rushed down to the other blue ones to rejoin them or join them. Again, Beef and Knots are busy here. Stooge in between gained a little bit altitude, and with that, with more energy. Scout, who was running to help Mouse, was surprised. And Mouse again I don't know how Scout could miss the fact that Mouse is a friendly and fired on him instead of Stooge here and kills Mouse, which is very unlucky. Oh, such a shame. Yeah, it was a friendly fire, and because he was all the way focused on this target, he just missed the other one, or just didn't focus on him. And then is pretty much sure that 1 versus 4, especially against 104, is very, very hard discipline. Okay, these guys are flying around. I don't know why, but the 3 musketeers are flying around the field. Can be that they are waiting for the script telling them to go on land, because they need to take control of the battle area for a couple of minutes before they're allowed to go back on land. And I hope that they didn't. Yeah, they should have restarted the server, otherwise they would explode when they get into the bubble if they they've forgotten to restart the mission in the middle of the 2 rounds. So I'm not sure what they are flying around, because the script hasn't told him to return to base. They are staying in the bubble to make sure that they are sticking to the rules. And with that, we will watch a beautiful three-ship formation. There are some other matches which have happened in the last couple of days of the first half of the ACWS tournament or league. The other one is also between 104th and TFS 81, which I try to bring to you before the next update comes. And then I think that we are complete with the whole half year or the first half season matches. And the second half of this season has just started to schedule. So team are contacting each other to find the suitable schedule for themselves. So we are expecting some matches next week or next weekend. We'll try to cover as much as possible, let's say as live stream, as SATEC is over and I'm not busy with those matches, so I have more time for ACWS and try to cover as many matches as possible in a live manner, as a bit, let's say, bigger attraction, just because it's happening live. With the replay, something good is that you're flexible. You can do it at any time. You can just fast forward. You just save a lot of time while teams are getting into the server, starting the server, paxing and things like that. But the negative side of that is that we may be aware of the result or have watched attack views, and it's less attractive than a live session. So I'm trying to cover as many as possible for you in a live manner from next week on. While these guys are landing, I could give you maybe a little bit more info on how these two teams did so far. For example, 104th played the first match versus Cyrus, which 104th won that match 2-0. The next match of them was versus 9G, again a win for 104th, 2-1. Then they played AAEG, which also was 404th with 2-1 result. And then they faced Mumblerines. And so far it is 1-0 and probably it's going to be 2-0 soon. And the last match of the first half season, let's say, was versus TFS 81. We're gonna watch it probably as a stream in the coming days. Maybe in the middle of the week, maybe Monday, I'm not sure. Maybe Monday night is gonna be a good time for me to do that. And with that, we can focus on the second half of the season. In case you're new to ACWS, this is a new format, which I don't think has exist, at least in the last 10 years, in DCS world. And this is a tournament, more or less in a league format. Means that you will be in a league just like you know from any other sport, and then you compete with everyone else in that league and have a home and then an away match, and then all teams play together, and at the end the one with the highest score is gonna be the winner and the leader of the table. Just because this is the first session that TFT, the organizing team, is doing this, it was very hard to build a second and a first division. So all the teams are in one division, and with regard to the result that they achieve at the end of the season, half of them will demoted to the second division, and the upper half gonna promoted to the first division. And with that, next year, when next year's season starts, we'll have two divisions, Division 1 and Division 2. Division 1 is higher, and then at the end of each season, the, let's say, lower teams in the table in the Division 1 demote to the Division 2, and the higher teams in the Division 2 gonna get promoted to Division 1. And every team who wants to start in this league needs to go to the Division 2 and work itself up from there. That's going to be the rule for the upcoming season then. I just let you watch this beautiful landing. Again, an overhead brake. Hey Rage, welcome. We're at the end of the second round of the match, and probably it's gonna be the last one, as 104th has already won the first round, so this is gonna be the second round in a row, and then we won't see a third round, I believe. Oh, I just patched the wrong key combination. I'm sorry for that. And fast forward it. So with knots, the last guy has just also landed. Knots, Stooge, and in front of him Pyromaniac were the three guys who made back to the base. So with that, let me do the scoreboard, which is the final result. 2-0 for 104th versus Mumblerines. As I said, I tried to just bring a couple of more replays in the meanwhile, between the next half season starts, and hopefully you find time to watch it together with me. That was it for today, and yeah, stay tuned, guys. See you soon, and I hope you enjoyed it. That was 81 Banana, and wanted to at this moment give a big shout out to Master Arm for providing us the server as the sponsor and the TFT as the organizing team. Hope we see more of these in the live manner in the second half of the season, and apologize for the hiccup and the 10-minute delay today, even though it was not a live session. Yeah, the restart of the PC was needed and forced by a blue screen, so apologies again. So have a great time, have a great rest of the weekend, and see you up in this virtual sky anytime soon. Take care.
Top Gun 556.